It's Junko Bodie, Junko Bodie. It's Junko Bodie, Junko Bodie. Making every one of your bets just count. Winning roulette, he's the best in town. It's Junko Bodie, Junko Bodie, Junko Bodie.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the Junko Bodie YouTube channel. I am Junko Bodie. Hey, today I've got a great video for you, and we're going to talk about how to win at 10 to win. And why is 10 to win system so important? It's because there's 4 different ways to win. And secondly, it's got to be the staple of every roulette player's arsenal. I'm convinced that if I could only play one strategy in the casino, I would play this 10 to win strategy because it gives me 4 different ways to play. It's very diverse that way. And in the future videos that I'm going to be doing in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be combining 10 to win with corner strategies to show everyone how to win in the casino. So I think today we needed to really go back and talk about 10 to win and see how these strategies play out for the average player and how you can play them together to profit. So let's get started. So I'm going to start out by showing you what all the different 10 to win strategies are. First of all, there's green neighbors. This is one of the 4 strategies, green neighbors. 1, 2, 0, 0, 9, 10, 13, 14, and 27, 28. So you can see that covers these numbers here. 10 numbers, which is why we call them 10 to win strategies. $1 each, so it leads to a $10 bet. That's green neighbors. All the numbers around the 0. If you look at the wheel, you're going to see the zeros, and all the numbers that we have covered are right around that wheel at both poles. Okay, so that's green neighbors. The second strategy is the numbers in the middle here. 7, 20, 32, 17, and 5 on this side, and then 8, 19, 31, 18, and 6 on this side. So that's 5, 6, 7, and 8. Again, we call this the middle strategy because it's in the middle of the wheel. It's really more near the middle of the wheel. We call this middle. And that covers those numbers. So you can see the greens cover one stretch of numbers, and then the middles cover another 10. So now we have 20 numbers covered with these 2 different strategies. So what's left over? What's left over is what we call the orphans. And then we have 2 different kinds of orphans. We have the low orphans, which are these low numbers here that run from 3 to 22 that are uncovered. And then the high orphans is 22, 23, and 24, and all these numbers in the third 12 that are uncovered. So here's the low orphans. 3, 4, 11, 12. Come on, 12. There we go. 15, 16, 21, 22, 23, and 24. That's low orphan. So you can see that's all that's left over now are the high orphans. Now the high orphans and the low orphans are the only 2 strategies that have overlap. They overlap at 22, 23, and 24. Both strategies contain those numbers. And then on high orphans, we add 25, 26, 29, 30, all the numbers that are left and uncovered, as you can see here. So that's how we get all the numbers covered. All the zeros are covered, all the other numbers are covered in these 4 strategies. So how do we play the strategies? When do we play them? And how do we play them together? I'm going to show you all that right now. So let's start with looking at the board, and we can see here that it looks like the middle strategy has not been spun in a while. And I would also argue probably that this is probably a pretty good time for the high orphan. So those would be the 2 that we start off with. Now you can play one of these strategies at a time. You can play 2 of them together. You can play 3 of them together. I even have a friend who plays all 4 of them together. Now, obviously he doesn't make any money on his first spin doing that, but he does take something off the board. And he likes that. So we got 17, 18, 19, and 20 for the middle here, which is what we're playing. And then we're going to play the high orphans with it, which is 22, 23, 24, and all of these non-green, non-middle numbers down here in the third dozen. The orphans, that's why we call them orphans, because they don't belong to the middles and they don't belong to the greens. They're all by themselves. Okay, so this is the middle and high orphan strategy together. We're going to play this to start out. Now we start with a $2,000 bankroll as usual. Let's see how this plays out. So there's the 0. So we hit a green right out of the chute. That does not help us. So here's a reminder as we rebet and we spin again, is that in the 10 to win strategies, our betting progression is 1, 1, 2, 3, 5. Again, that's 1, 1, 2, 3, 5. So we've lost the 2 ones, and now we're at 3. Let's go. Okay, there we go. We hit one of the high orphans there. So that gets us a nice little profit. Takes our loss down to minus 39. And now we're at $5 bet on the middle strategy. Now that we've satisfied the high orphans, they're done. And now we just focus on what we haven't completed yet, which is middle strategy. Let's get that going. So this will be the last bet we make before we go into recovery. So if we don't win here, we'll be in recovery. Here we go. Let's get a win here. The simulator, we got 19 different suggestions of things that we could do to change. And one of the suggestions was to add some background music. And I kind of like that idea. I was kind of toying with that before. I don't know how much you can hear it here in this demo, but we got a little background music playing in here. Really jazzy, kind of cool music. If you can hear it, I hope you like it. I like it. And that's going to be part of our simulator now. Okay, so we got another miss there. So now we're going to go up $2, go from $6 to $8. Oh, yeah. Smooth that. Strategies now. Try to win them all. 17 takes care of the middle. So we didn't hit the middle forever, and now we hit it twice in a row. Let's leave those. So playing, let's see. What do we have left here? We have at the middle. So I've got to get 27 and 28 covered for the green, and then 25, 26, 29, 30. So we're basically just filling in the green neighbors and the high orphan numbers. Everybody see what I'm doing here? Now we have 2 strategies left. We have green neighbors and the high orphans playing together. Remember, our betting progression is 1, 1, 2, 3, 5. So this is the second one. Let's spin. Here we go here. Started with a certain number. We hit our green neighbors. Beautiful. Picked us up another $15 toward our goal. So we're continuing to climb up the board there. We got 2 hits now. Now we're going to go to 2. Now the biggest hit's always the last hit. So now we just got to hit these high orphans. So now we just want high numbers, right? That are not green numbers or middle numbers. Because there are no high numbers with low orphans. All right, here we go. Just playing high orphans here. Here we go. Let's spin. Looking for a high number. And this is where we'll take our profit if we hit it. Okay, that's a 3. That's the opposite of a high number. Okay, so I'm just going to rebet. And I'm going to add 1 to this. We're still really low on our betting. So we have no issues whatsoever. It's a beautiful day at the roulette wheel. Those beautiful $2 chips are like the sun shining. Although I'm covering them up. All right, let's spin. Get a win here. 15 is not it. That's a low number. Okay. All right, so we didn't hit the $3 bet, so now we're just going to go up to 5. So this will be the last normal play we make, regulation play, so to speak. If we don't hit this, then we'll go into recovery. But we're going to hit this. That's my optimistic self telling the roulette karma that we should hit here, just for karma's sake. 6, we get 3 low numbers in a row. That didn't help us. Okay, so now we're in recovery. This happens all the time. Let's go here. Can I get a 1 up there? This is us playing 3 strategies at once. This is the third of 3 strategies. And again, this is where all the profit is. Made a little bit on those first 2, but the big money's really made on the third play here. When you play 3 in a row. When you play 2 strategies, the money's always made in the second one. All right, there's our winner. About time. So we hit that for $150. So now we're at $119. We've been playing a little while. We're playing small amounts. You can see we have pretty much steady winner. So I'm going to play just numbers. Let's get a win here. Really easy. At the 12, that's not it. Okay, just going to rebet and spin. So this is how fast it goes when you're just playing one strategy. You don't have to reset bets a lot. So you can decide which way you like to play better. Okay, so there's a winner on 14, gets us another $26 win. Now we're at 135. Like I said, you could play this pretty easily for a $200 win. I like to, and we will spin again. $1 chips. 1, 1, 2, 3, 5 is the betting progression. I want to make sure you all get that. Okay, before we get into recovery. Okay, so that's a miss. I'm just going to go ahead, add 1 chip to all of these. So we're at $2 bets now, and we'll spin again. Trying to get a high number. There's a 15, okay. Kind of reminds us the last time we played this strategy, right? All of a sudden, we get 5 low numbers in a row. Okay, add $1 chip to them. Now we're in grind mode, and we're not even in recovery yet, so we just take our time. We've missed 5 times in a row. We're not really actually in the grind part of it yet. And we're not going to get to the grind part because we just hit our number. Like it's at 75, so now we're at 192. Like I said, we get right around $200 usually when we play, if I were going to play it this way. I never play to win 200. I could, but typically I'm playing this to win $50 or $60, and then I'm moving on to something else. I move to corners, and then I'll move back, and then I'll move to corners, and then I move back, and then maybe I'll play a 4x4, and I move back, and maybe then a Tupelo honey, and then I'll back at 10 to win, and then corners again. And that's always moving, kind of trying. Got an itch. Okay, let's go. 12 is a low orphan. That didn't help us. Okay, so we're going to go to our second $1 bet here. Again, what's the betting progression? 1, 1, 2, 3, 5. And there is a 3. We don't hit here, we go to 5, and if we don't hit there, we go into recovery. But we hit there, and that gets us a $78 win. Again, there's our profit, and now we're at 246, which is where we'll finish. Hey guys, I want to tell you that my book is still available at Amazon.com, How to Win at Roulette. If you're looking for some different strategies to use, or if you just want to get the basics of how to play roulette in the casino, I think you'll like the book. Also want to mention there's 2 types of people in the casino. There's professionals and there's tourists. Don't be a tourist. The simulator is going to be out here in a couple of weeks. You'll be able to find that. I'll be putting out information on it. I don't know how many of you are actually looking for a great practice simulator to play on, but this particular simulator is not only going to have the solo session like we're playing now where you're playing to beat the house, but it's also going to have a tournament section where you get to play against other players and get to play in a tournament atmosphere. You know, a lot of times these days when I'm going from casino to casino, or if I'm playing online overseas, which the reason I play online is to play in tournaments. This is a great way to practice tournaments. You play against live players, you'll play against some bots that have different skill levels. And I think they really like that aspect of the game. And you get both of them in the game. You just basically decide which side you want to be on. In our game here, you're allowed to play either in the solo section here or in the tournament section. You can decide which way you want to go when you come into the game. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the 10 to win tutorial. I'm telling you, if you're only going to learn how to play one type of roulette system in the casino, learn to 10 to win because it gives you 4 different options to play. It gives you coverage all over the board. You know, depending on where you think the board is going, you'll always have a play in 10 to win. Okay, that's it, guys. Rock the day.